what's better than one dose of Detective Pikachu? Two doses of Detective Pikachu. It looks like a sequel to the, dare I say, best Pokemon movie ever made is in the works, as multiple sources have told comicbook.com that they're working on a new Detective Pikachu. And it's very interesting because they say they're going to go forward with a sequel to Detective Pikachu before then expanding into a more diverse world of other types of Pokemon movies.
Now, Zach, I don't want you to anger the Pokemon fan base by saying that. We know that I Choose You is great. People love that. But this is an awesome real-life Pokemon movie. We've never had something like this. This is probably the best video game movie of all time. You've seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but that is what
You're a criminal for not seeing it.
Yeah, that's what this weekend is for. I've had a crazy week, and I just haven't had a chance.
I'm going to put you in the Pokey Patty wagon.
Can you keep me in a Pokeball until I'm ready to see the movie, and then you just like throw me at the theater so I'd like pop out?
Pretty big Pokeball. Hey, we're honest here.
Snorlax fits in one of those things, and I'm way smaller than Snorlax.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Great way to swerve out of that one. No, it's interesting, and honestly, I haven't had a chance to really talk about the movie, but I really liked it. In fact, I really loved the first hour and 20 minutes. I wasn't the biggest fan of how they decided to wrap things up. I think that's where it sort of lost a lot of its luster, but the charm was there. Now, I don't want to spoil anything. The sequel is a little weird for a number of reasons that if you've seen the movie, I'm sure you can guess and understand. But it's also interesting to me that they're choosing to go with a sequel to this versus something dramatically new, but yet they have plans to just keep this train rolling.
Yeah. I mean, why not? It's very, very popular. It's made a bunch of money, and I'm sure that it's going to continue to make a bunch of money. It is a little unfortunate that it came out like such a short time after Endgame, because I'm sure that kind of like bit into it a little bit, even though Endgame had its heyday already, and that's slowing down, I guess, now. But it's the same audience, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit, I'd say. This probably trends a little younger. They say that it has topped 175 million worldwide already, which isn't anything just to scoff at.
That is still a ton of money, Zach, and I can bet that you can probably buy a ton of Pokeballs with that, maybe even some Ultra Balls, so that you catch whatever Pokemon you are out there trying to get.
That's a good way to transition into what I'd really love to see out of a Detective Pikachu sequel, what I think that another movie would need to expand and kind of elevate itself. And one thing would be more Pokeballs. Honestly, I'd like to see some aspects of like catching and collecting, something a little bit more like that. I feel like with this one, they wanted to really separate themselves and deviate from past Pokemon movies and kind of have it have more of a real world plot. I mean, the entire concept is Rhyme City is where people and Pokemon coexist, and so that was definitely they explored that well, and they made sure to convey that across this first movie. But I think diving a little bit deeper into maybe the hardcore training, battling, catching a Pokemon would be sweet. I also hope that because this movie is inevitably just starting, right? They can't even have anything really done. We'll get to see Gen 8 incorporated into this new movie. I think that would be super awesome. We don't even know who's a part of Gen 8 ourselves yet, but it would be great to have those new Pokemon on board with a new film. And then I'd love to see them. Well, I'm going to ask you how you feel, because I guess I go back and forth. How would you feel about them incorporating more characters and more concepts from the mainline cartoon series versus keeping it kind of separate? It doesn't have to necessarily be Ash, but just more of the areas, maybe more of the
like gym leaders and stuff like that. Because I'm presuming they're not in this movie.
Right, they're not.
Okay, yeah. I mean that could be a fun way to.
Is that corny or is that cool?
But the thing is, that's not Detective Pikachu. Maybe for like whatever next Pokemon movie they do, because there is talks that this is gonna like branch out, and eventually you'll get a different Pokemon movie that's also live action, since they've made them look so cool now. But I think Detective Pikachu is gonna be kind of sticking to what this was for the most part. One thing I did want to mention, Zach, it's been mentioned on Twitter a few times, and I think it's hilarious. We know there's a Mario movie in development. They're saying that like, what if this is going to be like the Avengers, and they're starting off with Pikachu, then we get Mario, and then eventually they all come together for a Smash Bros movie. I mean, that would be like mind blowing, but I don't think that's what's happening.
Get that Splatoon movie in there. Get that Star Fox movie. I don't know that we need all of those, but it is exciting to see like this revolution of video game films, and this one's good. I don't know if the rest are going to be good. Say what you will about that Sonic trailer, but this does have me super hopeful. And honestly, even if they kept it on par with this caliber of film, it would be more than acceptable to me. I would absolutely go see that opening weekend. There is a sequence in the movie where there is a Pokemon battle, and while I agree with you that, hey, like, that probably, like, the whole training gym leader thing is probably saved for some storyline more focused on that aspect of the world, it was so cool to see the way that they handled the battle here, because it wasn't in the very traditional, like, Ash walks out and says, Charizard, use this. It was more incorporated into a real world, like, modern way of these Pokemon just kind of like duking it out, and I thought it looked so cool. There's a Gengar versus Blastoise sequence in particular that was just fantastic to witness, not only because of the battle, but because Gengar looks ridiculous in his, like, live action weird puppet form. Anyhow, I think more battles would lend a lot of set piece moments to this sequel. I really want to explain why I think the sequel is weird, but we'll save that for a later day, especially since you haven't seen it. I think you're gonna like it, Gabe. Like, it's definitely a fun ride. It does not come across as, like, super corny or cheesy. If you haven't seen it yet, I absolutely recommend it. I think it's a fantastic realization of Pokemon, and Pikachu himself, like, in this way, I'm so glad he's coming back. He looks so darn real. Like, he's so tangible. Some of them with their crazy look, like Greninja or something, like, okay, you can tell it's a CG creature, but Pikachu himself is just, he's so fuzzy. His colors are so, like, just the right amount of muted and vibrant. It's absolutely perfect. And there's so many Pokemon throughout the film. I think that alone is going to be an awesome part of this sequel, is just who else do they decide to include. But I'm very happy that this is now a thing. And you're right, like, if there is a universe, how cool would that be?
Yeah, very, very, very cool. I look forward to seeing the movie this weekend, Zach. It's happening.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to get Sword or Shield unless you've seen it.
Okay. All right. I'll figure it out.
I have a very large Detective Pikachu amiibo that now has come out of its box, and I'm very happy to be including that in my shelf display, because I really was enamored, and there's some really nice Easter eggs and throwbacks in the movie to, like, Pokemon cards and different posters and things of that sort. So it is a swell time all around. Let us know in the comments down below if you're pumped about not only a Detective Pikachu sequel, but this idea of a bigger
Super Smash
Pokemon
Brothers
universe.
movie.
I don't know if I want to go that far. I mean, the Nintendo verse of movies may not be too possible, given that Detective Pikachu is legendary and Warner Brothers. We know that Miyamoto and co. are working on the Mario movie, The Illumination, but one can dream. At the very least, a Pokemon universe of films would be cool if they can keep the quality up. So let us know what you want to see in the comments down below. Gabe, I'm going to have you report back, because I hope you like it.
I really hope I like it too. I think I will, because people keep saying it's like a cute little movie, and that's all I'm looking for. I don't think that.
I would say it's better than cute little.
I don't think it's gonna have, like, this
fun,
like super intricate, like, story or anything. I just want some cool set pieces, some cool looking Pokemon, and I mean, other than that, I think I'll be pretty satisfied.
Yeah, your wishes will be fulfilled, and hopefully we get more on this sequel in the probably years to come. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and make sure to let us know your take in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and are pumped for more Pokemon movies. Maybe they'll air the next one at Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios. Can't believe that's becoming a real thing as well. Until the time, though, everybody, thanks so much. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.